Ever wonder why we feel so deeply, even when we can't explain it? Why are South Africans feeling a wave of anxiety after the latest unemployment stats? Why did the departure of 49 Afrikaners spark such mixed emotions? And why did some finally feel joy again when the Chiefs took the win? Welcome to episode 2 of Behind the Brain, where we break down why we think, feel, and react the way we do. Keep watching. The answers are closer than you think. Let's talk about something that's on everyone's mind: unemployment. In early 2025, the unemployment rate in South Africa climbed to 32.9%. The expanded rate, including those who've stopped looking, hit 43.1%. These numbers aren't just stats, they're real lives, dreams on hold. Why does this hit us hard, even if we're employed? Because it threatens our sense of security and control. For those without jobs, it deepens feelings of isolation and worthlessness. Bad economic news triggers our survival instincts: fight, flight, or freeze. We overthink, lose sleep, and struggle to focus. But remember, our feelings are valid and manageable. Pause the panic, limit news intake, and talk about your feelings. Control what you can. Update your resume. Learn a new skill. You're not alone. Millions share this struggle. This crisis is real, but so is our resilience. Because now, we're unpacking the emotional storm behind one headline: 49 Afrikaners just left South Africa, resettled in the US as refugees. Under a policy introduced by Donald Trump, these white South Africans, mostly Afrikaners, were granted asylum in the US. The reason? Trump's administration claims they're being racially persecuted by South Africa's black-led government. Some South Africans saw this as betrayal. President Cyril Ramaphosa even called them cowards, saying they ran instead of helping build a better nation. Others, they feel validated. They've long felt unheard or marginalized, and now they see the world noticing. That's where the emotional divide begins. So why are some angry and others relieved? Because it touches two raw nerves. For some, it feels like justice is being hijacked by privilege. For others, it feels like finally escaping fear, even if it's controversial. Americans, too, are divided. Critics say, how can you grant asylum to privileged groups, while real refugees, like Afghans and Sudanese, wait in danger? It's a moral knot, a political firestorm. And beneath all that, a psychological trigger. So why do we feel so uneasy hearing this? Because it reflects loss of control. It stirs up identity conflict. And it brings up old wounds, from apartheid to inequality, that never fully healed. Here's the truth: it's okay to feel conflicted. News like this hits deep because it questions our values and our future. But how do we manage it psychologically? Acknowledge your feelings without guilt or shame. Focus on what you can influence: your growth, your circle, your peace. Limit doom scrolling. Protect your mental space. Ask deeper questions. Why does this trigger me? What's really beneath the anger or fear? Is this a happy or sad story? Honestly, it's both. Sad, because it shows division, mistrust, and escape. Hopeful, because it reminds us what we build together still matters. This isn't just politics. It's about belonging, healing, and learning to stay steady, even when the world feels upside down. Next on Behind the Brain, we'll explore how sports victories, like the recent Chiefs win, bring us joy, and why we cling to hope in unexpected places. Thank you for sticking with us this far. Now let's talk about something that made so many South Africans feel alive again. Kaizer Chiefs' historic win in the Nedbank Cup. After 10 years without a trophy, that final whistle didn't just signal victory on the field, it triggered joy in homes, bars, and townships across the country. Psychologically, this matters more than we realize. When our team wins, especially after years of losses, it lifts more than just spirits. It restores hope, identity, and belonging. It reminds us that even in tough times, we can win again. That joy is contagious. It brings people together, gives us something to celebrate, and even lowers our collective stress, even if just for a moment. That's the power of collective emotion. That's why we celebrate so loudly, even if we're not football fans. We do it because we're human, because we feel, because even when life feels out of control, like unemployment or emigration, joy gives us the strength to keep going. So whether you're celebrating, stressing, or somewhere in between, it all makes sense. Understanding why we react the way we do gives us the power to respond with more kindness to ourselves and others. Thanks for watching episode 2 of Behind the Brain. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you next time as we keep digging into the why behind being human.